Hello and welcome back. I am Spirit Downsolder, and I today, or well, not exactly today, but a few days ago, have written another piece of poetry. And this one is somewhat surprisingly my most depressing piece thus far, my darkest piece of work. Um, well, perhaps actually, I don't know for sure, but it is quite dark at least. And I'll let you guys hear it. So if you don't want your day ruined by some deep messages or are simply not vulnerable to such things, then, well, by now you know. Anyway, it is called Melancholic Existence. We all embrace life as a child, innocent and pure, witnessing the world, no resistance to its allure. When seeing our elders struggle and cry, we all were ignorant, pretending we could fly. We all question life as a teen, developing and unsure. The beautiful glimmer has faded as we seek a cure, our existence becoming something we have to endure, but still hoping and seeking for something pure. We all take a step back from life as an adult. Those that do not, branded as fools or a cult. Happiness isn't a fact anymore. Our dreams are thing of yore, fighting not for ourselves, but those who will call now before. We all eventually let go of life as an elder, broken but satisfied. No more need to fight a true delight and a true fright. Our strife, our hopes, our fears, passed on to our offspring, only praying that someday our name they will sing. So, this indeed is quite a bit of dark poetry, I'd say. Basically, it to some extent would brand life as being meaningless to some. Whilst that is not exactly what I intend to describe here, it is actually much more of a statement on the world as I've come to see it at some point, at least temporarily, because it's not a viewpoint that I like to really think about all that much because of obvious reasons. Now, this basically was inspired when I was talking to a friend, and I tend to often talk to people in person, one on one, and I try to help them in any way I can using whatever life experiences I have, whatever other knowledge I have. You know the thing. We all have been playing psychologist for our friends at some point or time. Well, at least so I think. I know a couple of my friends do, and I know that I do it often. But it always gives me a satisfying feeling. And I know that the people that I actually try to help often are very thankful and very grateful to me when I do so. It very much pushes me on and very much motivates me to keep doing that. But that got me thinking, when so many people do that and when so often it is enacted, being such a significant influence to ourselves and our lives and the lives of our friends, then why is it so underappreciated? Why are such things not rewarded, so to speak? I've been thinking a lot about my own life and my future in it, but really, this was quite something interesting, something that struck me really that I've been trying and for how I experience it at least, been doing many good things, and yet I have nothing but good friendships to show for it. Now, don't get me wrong, I am very, very grateful for those friendships and I am very glad to have them and I would help them regardless. But on a more principled manner, if you look at, for example, psychiatrists and such, they all get paid, and to an extent, that's the same thing I'm doing. So, why is it so underappreciated? Now, that is when a friend of mine actually gave me a rather perplexing answer when I asked him exactly that. And basically, he said that many people have given up on. Well, I should actually give bit more context to it. I asked him why giving happiness in a more direct sense is so underappreciated. Because we all give happiness in an indirect sense by doing work and helping other people out indirectly, working for people that had need jobs done. Obviously, you get money for it. It's just doing work, but indirectly you're helping people constantly, and you're getting paid for it. So why is giving such help to people directly, giving themselves a more direct sense of happiness, why is that so underappreciated? And that to that he answered something quite perplexing. He answered that many people have given up on the concept of happiness itself. And that kind of that perplexed me. That truly struck me both as being not entirely right, but somewhere still right, and I got a bit mixed up in it. I needed something to straighten it out. So when I wrote this poetry, basically inspired by my feelings and my viewpoints of a world that works in that way, this is what came out of it. I'm not sure if this represents the world itself accurately, and I'm sure that many of you will say yes, it does, and some of you will say no, no, absolutely not. Life is great, world is kind and beautiful, but still, I find it something very interesting to think about. Is it true that we as a species, as humanity, when we have achieved this great society, this great civilization, that we actually start to value happiness itself less and less, basically only living for those who come after? Because that is basically what this piece of poetry describes. The only thing you live for in this world at the end is just to give those who come after you a fair chance at gaining fulfillment in your life. I am not sure exactly what to think of that. I myself very much still seek happiness, and I very much seek it by making people happy. But more in a direct sense, I would think. More of helping people right here and right now, rather than only saving up and trying to help those who come after. Maybe I'm alone and unique in that, but I very much doubt it. So, yeah, if you actually do think about these things, and if you actually are interested in discussing this topic, leave a comment in the leave a comment in the comment section below, and maybe we can have a nice conversation about these things because it's definitely something that perplexes me quite a bit. The whole prospect of it, more so even the prospect that there might be a sense of truth to it. So yeah. Anyway, that has been this little piece of poetry I wanted to share with you all. I hope you enjoyed it, and again, if you think I deserve it, like and comment. If you don't think I deserve it, then be sure to dislike. Any feedback is always welcome. And I wish you all a very nice day.